Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I thought today we would do some channeled messages that I had gotten over the past few weeks. I was kind of waiting to see if I got any more downloads about it, and I did. Yesterday was a very interesting one, which I'll tell you about shortly. But I wanted to talk to you guys about November going into December, especially the December Solstice. We have been channeling messages for the past several months about this time frame. If you guys remember, I've been talking about September, October, and a little bit of November. That's how they put it, a little bit of November. And it was because the energy from September, October into November was leading up to where we are right here, right now, this portal energy that we're in. And what they told me a couple of weeks ago when I was sick was, you're in a doorway, you're in a corridor. So you've already walked through. September, October was kind of like preparation stage. This is where we're in. We're in this preparation stage for what is to come. And they're not revealing everything just yet. If you watched last week's powerful week of daily energy draws, they're not revealing everything just yet. But we're in a doorway leading up to the solstice. And why is the solstice so important? Because it is a major gateway to move into higher consciousness. And remember that 5D, the dimensions, are just shifts in consciousness, shifts into higher consciousness. Where you feel things differently, where you perceive things differently. And as you feel things and perceive things differently, your outside physical, tangible world that you live in will begin to look different as well. You're going to be looking at things from that higher perspective, from that higher level of consciousness, and so that negativity is going to fade away. Some of you might actually be feeling that like right now, where that divisiveness, that that scarcity mindset is turning into abundance mindset. That divisiveness is turning into unity consciousness, where you start seeing people work together, where you start seeing that toxic energy and that negativity fade. You might be not experiencing that in your physical reality as much, or at all even. It's because you're shifting consciousness, you're shifting dimensions, you're moving away from the low vibrations, and as you move away from that low vibration and rise higher, shift higher, that negative energy, that low vibrational energy, that toxic energy, that doesn't become a part of your reality anymore because of what you're shifting within you. So that's really important to remember. That's what this journey is all about. It's about our soul growth within ourselves. And as we manifest it within, as we feel it within, change the energy and shift the energy within, then you shift the energy in your outside world. And so leading up to, we've been doing the work, and leading up to December is when a lot of people are going to be shifting. I don't feel the energy of like it's going to be like a quick awakening like that. It's not going to be, people are talking about events, like this massive event. But what I've been channeling is that New Earth is here right now. It's all about making that conscious decision, being aware of your thoughts, being aware of yourself, being aware of the light, the love, the soul of who you are. And that does not negate any negative experience. That does not negate any fear. That does not negate any grief or pain or trauma that you're working through or that you experience. It doesn't negate any of that. It just allows you to see the higher perspective, and it allows you to use your own power to transmute that. You have the power within you, and that's what this journey is about. It shows you that power within it to transmute so that you're not stuck in that energy. If you feel low vibrational energy, you're able to transmute it. You're able to alchemize it and turn it into something else, turn it into something new. Turn that experience around into a positive, because you recognize that everything's happening for you and not to you. You are no longer victim. You are sovereign. You are self. You are soul. And so what they've been telling me about the December solstice was, it is a major gateway where many people have the opportunity, many souls have the opportunity to consciously make that conscious choice to shift their perspective to a vibration of love, to anchor that in, is what they're saying, because you've already been shifting, but now to really anchor that in and walk through that gateway. It's not a physical walking. You're still going to be here in this human incarnation. You're still going to be having your physical experience, but your physical experience is going to look differently because you are anchoring in that energy of love, of light, of abundance mindset, versus the past programming and conditioning of lack and scarcity mindset, and I don't have enough, and I'm not worthy enough, and there's a power outside of myself. You're recognizing the power within yourself, and that's what this doorway, this gateway is all about. And this the 1111 corridor, the 1111 portal really opened up this corridor. And so what they had shown me was an actual vision of the 1111 date being a major portal, and portals are opening up all the time. There are doorways that we can walk through all the time. You choose, by shifting your consciousness, you choose. So it's not like anybody's going to miss anything. Everybody's exactly where they need to be in their own time. What they showed me was a door opening and a long corridor, a hallway, leading up to the December Solstice, 12/21. And what they had shown me recently was that we're in that right now, anchoring in new earth right now. And so the unions that I had been talking about for the past 6 months that was going to be happening, sacred unions, partnerships, reconciliations, more communication, more commitment, higher levels of ascension, higher levels of awakening that were happening within September, October, and a little bit of November, was all in preparation leading up to that November 11th portal, which is leading up to this anchoring in energy, this choosing of higher consciousness for December 21st. And there's also a conjunction. There's planetary alignment to assist with this, is what I'm hearing. To assist with the solstice energy. And that's why that solstice energy is so big. It is a solstice, number one. But number two, it is helping us to anchor in this energy. So I'm going to see if I can get more about that, but we have a lot more that came in, so I'm going to see if I can continue to get more about what this is leading to. But there was a specific message last week of, you're not meant to know, you're just meant to trust, you're just meant to have faith, and keep anchoring in the love, keep anchoring the higher consciousness, because you've done the work. And this is what we've been here for, this is what we've been preparing for, because we are paving the path, because we are leading the way. And that's what this solstice is all about as well. We have been leading the way so that others can begin awakening and ascending, and we are being their guides. We're serving as their guides, not as, they're showing me the hermit, so it's not as a superiority thing. There is no one who is better or worse. Everybody is in their own time. There are no leaders and followers in that sense, in the sense of inequality. But there are guides, and that's what we do. We guide each other home. We guide each other home to ourselves. And that's what the energy exchange is all about. So we're paving the path as way showers, as light workers, but we're all way showers. We're all light workers for others. So look at it as the hermit energy. You know how in the hermit, he's holding up the lantern. He's being that guiding light, and that's what we're doing. Okay, so that's my cue to draw back from that. So I also got the energy, the download that we are having a lot of physical purging of our physical bodies. And again, it's because we are changing from that carbon, dense, heavy DNA to one of a crystalline structure. Light bodies is what's happening. So there's a lot of light codes coming in, a lot of light downloads coming in. Our energy is changing, and our physical bodies are going to be changing as well. So what they're actually saying is, you might be noticing physical changes within your body. You might be noticing weight changes. You might be noticing different changes within your features. I'm getting eye color for some. You might be experiencing like different slips as far as eye color. I know I experienced this with my Divine Masculine a long time ago, where it actually felt like my eyes were blue. His eyes are blue, and it felt like my eyes were blue. I felt like I was looking through his eyes. So it's going to feel a little bit like that. It might not be your Divine Masculine or your Divine Feminine, your counterpart, but you might be noticing or feeling, getting the sensation, oh, my eyes are blue, not brown, or my eyes are green, not gray, or whatever it is. There's going to be different changes in color. So you also might feel like your body is vibrating, and this is because you're at a different frequency now. You're in a different level of consciousness. You're in a different dimension. So your whole cellular structure is going to be vibrating at a much higher level. And it's because you're not being weighted down by that lower density energy. You're not in that lower dimension anymore. And so you might actually feel the physical sensation of like your body vibrating. I'm hearing especially at night, where it almost feels like I don't know how to explain it. I felt that a couple of weeks ago, where it actually feels like you're vibrating, and it's because you are vibrating on a higher frequency. Remember, you are energy. You're in a physical body, but even the body is energy. It's made up of electrons and neutrons and protons. It is vibrating at a very high level to take on this tangible form. And so the energy, as the energy shifts, so does the vibration shift, so does the frequency. And so you might be feeling some of that as well. I'm also hearing it's because you're anchoring in the crystalline structure, you're anchoring in the higher vibration. And so you might feel your body vibrating, going through these physical changes, these physical purgings. It's because you are continuing to shed, allow that lower vibration, that lower density, as you shift into the higher light body, that crystalline structure. So you're in this kind of in-between, and your body is adjusting. So you're anchoring that in, and as you anchor that in, your body adjusts, and so you might be feeling some physical sensations. Okay. The next thing they said to me was, let me get it. Okay. The next thing they said to me was, it's the surrender of the masculine energy as the divine feminine energy leads. Now, we've known about this when we talked about sacred partners for a very, very long time. But this just isn't just about sacred partners with your physical embodiment of your feminine or masculine energy. This is also within yourself. So the masculine energy is rising, and it's because the feminine energy has been ascending. And so the feminine energy truly is, that had been repressed, that had been suppressed for centuries. That feminine energy is rising again, no longer being suppressed, no longer being held back. This is that open flow. This is that abundant mindset. This is ability to receive. This is that nurturing energy, that compassionate energy, that emotionally balanced energy, that self-expressive energy. That's the feminine energy. And you see that suppressed within both masculines, both males and females. We've seen that for centuries. But the feminine energy is rising back to the surface on the planet. That's what Ascension has been helping with. It's been helping with the balancing of the polarities, the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energies. So what's happening is the masculine energy is surrendering to the feminine energy. But even if you're a masculine, this is the feminine energy within you. This is healing the feminine energy within you. Where there had been distorted feminine energy of feeling like a doormat or a people pleaser, or sacrificing yourself, or holding your emotions back, holding your emotions down, not expressing yourself, not communicating, being too much in an energy of control, not going with the flow of things, not accepting things, not being able to receive. That has been blocking the feminine energy. And again, whether you're male or female, whether you're predominantly feminine or predominantly masculine energy, this is for both. This is the embodiment of the whole. Remember, sacred union happens within the self first. Sacred union is all about the balancing of the masculine and feminine energies within you. And as that happens, you come together with the physical embodiment if you're in a sacred partnership with another person. And so what's happening is there's the surrender of the masculine energy, where the masculine energy within is taking a step back, that need for control, that need to be go, 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 that need to focus on the material, that distorted energy, that masculine energy. And I'm not saying masculine energy is distorted. The masculine energy is rising from the distortion to the sacred, from the distortion to the divine. And as that happens, the masculine is recognizing the feminine, the power of the feminine energy, the power to communicate, the power to be self-expressive, the power of their words. I'm hearing affirmations, I am statements, the power of their words to create the reality. The feminine energy is the natural creator. She is the one who births new energy. And the masculine energy is taking a step back and surrendering so that the feminine energy can come forth. Now, in some ways, in the sacred partnerships, when there's a physical embodiment of two polarities of the masculine and the feminine, when this happens, this is what's bringing in that sacred union. It's allowing the divine masculine is surrendering to the feminine and allowing her to lead, allowing her, having trust in her, believing in her, trusting in her power, trusting in her downloads, trusting in her gifts, trusting in her intuition. So the masculine energy is recognizing this, recognizing the feminine as his equal. But more so, it's within the self. It's the masculine energy that is really surrendering to the feminine energy within them and recognizing, oh, I can trust my emotions. I can follow my emotions. I can express my emotions. I don't have to control everything. I just have to control myself. I just have to be aware of myself. I can surrender to the flow. I can be abundant. I can be happy. I can be a conscious co-creator with the universe and with my sacred feminine embodiment as well. So the masculine energy is surrendering to feminine energy, and it's playing out in a number of different ways. It's playing out in inner unions happening, balancing out the energies, and it's playing out in sacred partnership embodiments coming together in physical relationships. But really powerful message about the sacred feminine and sacred masculine. And I do want to say that we talked a lot about this in last week's daily energy draws. Again, really powerful stuff, so go ahead and check those out, where we talked about that sacred sexuality, and not sexuality as in, physical relationship, although it could be expressed in that sense, but sacred sexuality as in the creation energy. And that's what's coming in. It's that Trinity energy we've been talking about for 3 years on this channel. It's that energy of the masculine and the feminine coming together in sacred union. You birth a new energy that is powerful, that is love, and that love just continues to expand and expand and expand, and it births new world. And that's why they're saying new earth is here, right now. It's not something that you're creating far off in the distance. It's not a pipe dream. It's not a fantasy. New earth is here right now because you're shifting consciousness, because you are surrendering to your feminine energy, because you're balancing out those polarities, neutralizing the energy to balance out those polarities, balancing out that duality consciousness to become one unified field. As you reach inner union and sacred union with your partner, you're creating, you're birthing something new. You are birthing new earth. And new earth is that shift in consciousness. It is that higher consciousness, that higher octave of love, that power within the self. Not that corrupt power, but power of sovereignty, power of knowing the self, power of awareness, power of we are all connected, we are all one, and as such, we can create together this new way of living, this new way of being, remembering the soul of who we are, remembering that we are one with God, the universe, source, remembering that we are light, that we are love, that we are soul first and foremost. So really, really powerful stuff coming through here. I also received the message that there is nothing to fear. There's been a lot of chaos in the planet as of late, especially the past year. There's been a lot of chaos. There's been a lot of divisiveness, even in spiritual groups. And I'm going to point you guys, because they reminded me of this a few weeks ago. Go ahead and check out the channel messages from March. Hold the light, be the light, lighting the way. I think it was a series of 3, especially around politics, especially around divisiveness within the spiritual community. Really, really hold the light. Really, really trust your intuition. You don't have to follow anybody. That's what being sovereign is all about. Trust your own intuition. Trust your own truth. Allow yourself to just sit with yourself, sit in your heart space, and discern what is true for you, what is real for you, because there's a lot of mixed messages that are coming in, a lot of hijacking of energies. So really know for yourself, really anchor into this higher dimension, anchor into this higher light. And with all this energy that's coming in that might be having us feel off balanced, what they told me was there's protection of the earth that is surrounding us now. Now, this is 2 messages that they're saying. This is a message that the earth itself as a planet is protected right now. I don't know if you guys, this is what they're showing me. I don't know if you guys have seen, there's a meme of an image of a lot of ascended masters and spirit guides looking over the earth, looking over the globe. And they're showing that to me, showing us that we are being divinely protected. We are being divinely supported by our ancestors, by our spirit guides, by source energy itself. They're actually bringing in dragon energy for me, which is a very powerful protective energy. So they're showing 2 golden dragons circling the earth, which is, I just can't even explain it. It's just powerful energy. So there is protection because the earth itself is going through ascension. As we're going through ascension, so is the earth itself. That is what this new earth energy is all about. It is new earth. It's a new way of being on this planet. It's a different dimension within this very earth, within this very planetary experience. But they also told me that the earth itself, Mother Earth, the ground, they're showing me the dirt, is protecting us right now. And the dirt just being a metaphor for the very physical nature of Mother Earth. Mother Earth with the trees and the sky and the wind and the rain and the birds and nature. Mother Earth is protecting us right here, right now as well. And we, again, might be experiencing some chaos, or we might be experiencing some natural chaos, but recognize that we are protected, recognize that we are supported, and we not only have our spirit team, our galactic council, our dragon council, our spirit guides, those on the other side, we not only have the higher dimensions and higher realms coming in to protect us as we shift in consciousness, as we ascend into this new earth energy, but we also have the support and protection of Mother Earth as a planet itself. So trust in this and have faith in this. And if you're at all feeling off or fearful or in a state of balance, especially among the state of the world and what's to come, tap into that energy because it is here for you to support you. Okay. Here's the last thing, and it's very interesting. So I was driving to run an errand the other day, this past week, and I had flashes, like clairvoyant flashes of different timelines. And what they told me, I said, what the heck was that? Because it was me driving down the road, and I had a quick flash of me turning left. I was going straight. My intention was to go straight. I had a quick flash of me turning left. I had a quick flash of me turning right. A quick flash of me going straight, and this happening, this happening, this happening. It was like I had flashes all at once of like 20 different timelines. And I said to my spirit team, I said, what the heck was that about? And I said, don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. What you just did was you transmuted different timelines, different scenarios that were possibilities, that were potentials. But you quickly and easily transmuted it. And this is what's happening. There are timelines that are collapsing. We're all converging on the here and the now. We've been channeling that since the very beginning. Where, if you guys remember, they had me get the pyramid. And I said, the point here is the here and the now. And what's happening is we're drawing back all these pieces of ourselves. We're drawing back all these fragmented parts of ourselves that have been scattered across dimensions, across timelines, past lifetimes, future timelines. We're all bringing it in, all converging it on the here and the now. Because remember, we're multidimensional beings, but we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back to center. We're bringing it back to ourselves. And what they said was timelines are collapsing. Timelines are converging on the here and the now. To recognize your multidimensional self, but as a multidimensional self, so you're not scattered. So there's different timelines that are always playing out. But what's happening is those timelines, especially the lower vibrational timelines, I'll tell you what I actually saw was the possibility of an accident, me in an accident. And I'm like, well, I don't want that to happen. And they said, okay, you just transmuted that. With a number of different ways, but you just transmuted that. That timeline collapsed. A timeline where that was possible collapsed. Because you're converging on the here and now, because you're recognizing your power as a creator of your reality. And by you don't have to play it out anymore, is what they said. You don't have to play out these timelines that are happening. You're easily able to transmute it. So I don't entirely understand all of that. I understand it intuitively, but as far as being able to articulate it and explain it more in depth, I'm not sure. We're going to get some more on that later. These messages always build on each other, but really powerful energies. If you guys are having visions, or if you're hearing things, or if you are having downloads of deja vu, experiences of deja vu, of I felt like this happened before, or I feel like this is going to happen in the future, recognize that. Bring yourself back to the present point. Bring yourself back to the now moment. The now moment is truly all there is, because the past is done. The future you're still creating. The now moment is what is. So allow yourself to bring yourself back to center, bring yourself back to the present moment. They're saying the solar plexus energy, bring yourself attuned to the solar plexus energy, because that's where your strength is, that's where your now identity is, and that's where that willpower is, that creator energy is. So bring yourself back, bring your focus there, and recognize that what you're actually doing is you are transmuting, clearing, and collapsing all those lower vibrational timelines so that all that's left are positive threads. Okay? So if you imagine a loom with a lot of different threads on it. Okay? And imagine all the threads come from one point at the bottom. I wish I could offer a visual here of what they're showing me. So there's a bunch of threads. So like you're holding it like a balloon. Let's do this. You know how you hold a bunch of balloons? You hold it in your fist, and you have one balloon tie, and two balloon ties, and three balloon ties, and four balloon ties, and it kind of scatters in different ways, right? But it's all converging in your fist so that you can hold it. It's like that. It's like all those balloon ties are different threads, but it converges on the here and the now, converges on you, your present moment. And all those balloons, all those different threads are different timelines, different potentialities. And what you're doing is you are popping all the lower vibrational energies so that you don't have to, that's not part of your experience anymore. The higher you ascend, the more lower vibrational timelines you pop. So all that's left are positive potentialities, positive future threads for you to follow. And you, as a powerful creator, have done that. You have cleared away that toxic energy. You have cleared away the lower vibrational timelines. And what you're doing is you are only leaving potentials for abundance and love and harmony and balance. That's what those future threads are. Now, those high vibrational threads are. And so what you're doing is you have cleared the way for only future timelines that are positive, that are of a higher vibration. And because of that, you get to choose. You still get to choose. That's your still free will. But because of the ascension, because of the awakening and the shifting of energy, shifting to higher consciousness, what you're doing is you are allowing yourself to create from those higher vibrational timelines. So you still get to choose your timeline. You still get to choose your thread in any given moment. You're still creating from the present moment, but you're creating from only higher timelines and not that lower vibrational energy. So I hope that makes sense, because what they were saying was those timelines are collapsing and you don't have to play it out anymore. You don't have to play out those lower vibrational scenarios for experience. And that's what we were doing. We were doing that for experience, to understand duality, to understand suffering as opposed to thriving, to understand what lower vibrational is as opposed to higher vibrational. We're zero pointing that. We are clearing that out. We no longer have to anchor into the energy of struggle and strife and trauma. We've cleared that out. We can learn from creating in higher vibration. We can learn and experience from more positive experiences now. And that is what we're doing. We no longer have to play out those lower scenarios. And so the vision that they gave me was I was transmuting. I had those visions because I don't have to play that out. It was potentials that I was transmuting and clearing away. So as a multidimensional self, none of us have to experience those negative experiences, those negative lower vibrational energies. Now, that's not to say that we're not going to have obstacles and challenges and things won't happen. But because we are different, because we have shifted in consciousness, it's our ability to handle it better. It's our ability to, if we feel grief, to transmute grief. It's our ability to recognize the love over the fear and to live in that love and not live in that fear, to not sink and spiral and stay stuck in that stagnant energy. That's what transmutation and alchemization is all about. So, really interesting energies. We're going to get more on this in future readings. We're going to have some collective readings. We're going to have some Ascension energy readings coming up where we just talk about Ascension, and Sacred Partnership is part of that. So don't miss out on those messages, because remember, you're on the Sacred Union path for Ascension. But Ascension is all about your own soul growth, your own remembrance, your own healing journey. So remember that when we're talking about, we're not just talking about physical partnership, but this helps your physical partnership because you guys are in sacred union, you guys are in sacred partnership together. So we'll have more on that coming up. All right, we're going to be doing the daily energy draws next, and then we'll have a collective reading. We will check in on the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, see what's going on in their sacred union, because I know we all like that. We all like to know what is going on. So we will be back with that. In the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light. We'll see you soon.